it here about? How tall is that?
How tall is it, Sandra?
Inches? It's probably 4.
The owl?
Well,
Wait,
it's
we
about
had
4
something
inches.
here.
Yeah,
There
the
we
owl is
go.
like 4 inches. Yeah, the finished owl. Yeah.
Yeah, just the owl.
It twirls on that center.
Not the owl, the entire thing twirls. The lotus, the legs, all twirl.
Oh, dear.
And the little legs swing
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
they
sh-
swing out.
I-
And one of the questions we had right from the get-go was, is it going to be a mobile or is it going to be a standing sculpture? Is it going to have moving parts? So we kind of worked through all those questions right at the beginning.
It's
Well, and
outrageous.
if I can add in, they did 2 owls. They did the first one, like Leslie was saying, to make sure the size was right. They found out the size wasn't right, and then they used it for other parts of experimentation. And that was
Right,
about
I
2
used-
inches.
Okay.
Yeah, I used that as a prototype just to experiment with how the feathers would be applied, and I actually learned a lot and ended up doing it very differently.
See, Leslie's good. She was relaxed. She had time to go down to the beach and think it through.
That was the first day, and that was the only day, I think, because it was so cold and windy. I think we just went like one time.
Well, now let me
I
ask.
love cold
beautiful.
wind.
Let me
I
ask
was
a
out
few
every
technical
day.
questions. Let me ask a few because people are dying. They're seeing this. They want to know a few things. So let's tell them a few things, just a few. Barb, if you're saying someone wants to make the images bigger, make them bigger on your own computer. Go up to that little computer screen thing in your upper left-hand corner because they're pretty big right here. So you can control them on your own computer. Elise wanted to know, is this a real rock?
No,
No,
it's
see?
not. It's polymer rock. Did we put sand in there?
It looks pretty
Yeah, I think
sandy.
so. Yeah.
It looks fabulous.
Give
Um,
it some weight, give it some texture.
That's right.
people want to know, is this a translucent clay that you used in here for the petals?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yep. And we experimented with several different colors. The first one came out looking too much like the color of, a fish.
It's
salmon.
like meat,
Or-
didn't it?
Yeah, like me. Yeah. It was wrong. So we worked through a couple of those.
And then
But it is translucent.
translucent clay. And then are the
Yes.
eyes polymer as well?
No, the eyes are like, there's some taxidermy eyes that
Okay.
I use them in lots of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're glass, actually.
that looks fabulous.
And you
then,
can't see. You can't. Okay.
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Go ahead,
No, go ahead, hon.
Alice.
You can.
Well, you can't see it in this photograph. I don't know if you have one, but the back of the owl has a face on it that Leslie made, which is fabulous. And it's a total surprise, and it's very mysterious. And our original idea, because owls, a real owl can turn
There
its
it
head.
is.
See, there it is. Yep. So a real owl can just turn its head around. And we thought, trying to figure out a way to make the head spin. And it just wouldn't work because of the way the feathers were applied. It just, we just couldn't figure it out. We talked to Robert a lot about it, and what we ended up, it was a big aha moment. I mean, I think everyone in the house could hear our, cheers when we figured it out, was to make the entire thing spin. So the owl is stationary on top of the lotus, and the legs hang freely, and then you spin the entire thing on the tree trunk, and the legs flare out.
Oh my gosh,
And it's
fabulous.
like a
Wait, where did that
carousel.
go? I just had it and it disappeared. There it is. So when you spin it, everything flares out.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
The legs. Yep, the legs just fly out. Yep.
I think you guys did good. So you do it again,
I
right?
really liked it.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wait, here's one other question. Georgia wants to know, are the owl feathers from one cane with Skinner blends?
That's all you,
I don't.
Sandra.
No, not Skinner blends, because this is one of the reasons I didn't offer a tip tonight, because if there's a really hard way to do it, that's the way I do it.
Sure, good.
So
Love that.
yeah, it's like I find the hardest way. But all of the feathers are made from I made the mix the 10 graded shades, stack them. So the feathers in the front of the owl, like his breast, are from 2 of the colors that are in the feathers that are around the rest of the body, which has 3 colors. If that makes sense.
Yes.
So the feathers around most of the body have 3 colors. The ones on the breast and around the face are minus one of those colors.
Yeah, it's
Is
beautiful.
that okay, Judith Skinner?
Judith,
Is
you're being
Judith
asked.
okay?
Judith is here tonight. Oh my gosh.
Good contrast here. New insights. Well, Leslie, did you get an insight from moving to your work? How did it affect you, Leslie?
Just watching the detail that Sandra puts into things, and maybe to make myself slow down a little bit and take a little bit more time. Which I could never take the time Sandra does. We're just made so different.
We're made differently.
Yeah, but just in watching her do that, it made me want to slow down and take it a little bit more time with the detail. And I really enjoyed working with Sandra and I learned so much.
There you are.
Well, I did too, and I have to say, one of a big aha moment for me was if you go back to the finished piece. Sorry, there's the tiger's leg on the right-hand side. It's kind of a pink and orange. Yep, right there. And I was actually mixing. I think I was mixing the colors for the lotus leaf, the blend for the lotus leaf, because it was a mixture of colors. And I was halfway through mixing that blend, running it through the pasta machine, and Leslie just went, "Oh my God, that would make a great tiger's leg. Stop! Can I have a piece of that?" And for me, I have an idea, I have an end in sight, I work towards that end, and I don't think about what's happening in between. And what I learned from Leslie was to slow down more, and really, or to be more observant as I'm working.
Right.
And see the possibilities of each stage of the process.
Be here now in the possibilities. That was a good lesson to learn.
Yes, instead of just focusing on the end product.
Yes, excellent lesson to learn. Yeah. Well, you guys did good. You get a star. You win too. You did good.
Oh, thank you.
Beautiful. Well, thank you guys. You what?
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Sandra?
I love Leslie. I am so thankful to Judy and Tammy for inviting me to be part of this project and pairing me up with Leslie, because it was just one of the most rewarding weeks artistically that I've had probably in my entire life.
Nice.
I felt the same way. I never had an opportunity to just sit and focus like that, and with these amazing people that I've read about in books and took classes from, and I was just thrilled to be there.
Yeah, it does. It sounds very exciting, but it's all captured in print, which is really good for the rest of us. Excellent. All right, so that was fun. So now, Ms. Tinapple, it's your turn. I know your partner in crime is not on tonight, but we're going to show what you guys came up with. That was what you came with, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. What we came with that was what we ended the week with.
Okay.
But we started on that first day, we took a walk on the beach and we just kind of saw what had washed up. But Lindley
I love your
and I
work table.
Hey, half of that is Sarah and Dale.
Oh, sure. So. That's what they said about you.
But I work in rock colors, which are gray and muted colors, and Lindley does not work the same way. And also I respect her so much that I was a little bit afraid that I would just do whatever she told me to do. That I would. So I found out she had never made a rock, and so I showed her how to make a rock, and I found out she makes terrible rocks. Her rocks are awful.
She needed rock
now
lessons.
You can learn to defend herself.
I know. So, but I did want to tell you the first day in that big house, 10 bedrooms and endless bathrooms, but every picture in every room was yellow and blue. Not that it had started that way, but they had all faded to yellow and blue. And I said something to Lindley about this, and she looked at me very seriously and said, "Magenta is fugitive."
Wait, say that again. Magenta is what?
Fugitive.
Okay.
That is, magenta fades out of everything first.
Oh, okay.
Lindley can say things like that put the fear of God into you.
Sure.
And so I have always had a great respect for her. Um, but it was great fun. She thinks in terms of flowers and food because she's Hawaiian and she's a cook. And I think in terms of rocks, and not just rocks, but for this project I was going to do rocks. So I thought, how are we going to make this work? So,
You did.
but it did work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I love to watch her work, and she has to have a blue million pieces before and then she puts them all together. That's
Okay.
not the way I usually work. And she kept saying, make more, make more, make more.
So a little pressure.
Yeah. But the stroke of luck for both of us was Seth's project because we had very gray and dull looking things that weren't going to be very, I don't know, they didn't work very well.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw Seth's sea glass, I thought that's what we need. I had never made sea glass before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all rock there.
Mm-hmm.
But when
This
we
has the sea
added some
glass.
color,
Right.
right, when we added the sea glass, it really perked it up a whole lot.
You know
And
I love
I
this.
said to Seth, can I run with this too? And he was very generous and said, well, sure, go ahead. So, and it was really good that we had the oven too hot at one point, and that made the clay even more translucent. It was just a happy accident.
Love that.
So I don't know. It just it all came together at the end. We were really on the last day, slamming the 800 pieces we had together.
To finish up. Yeah, you
Yeah.
need a lot of pieces. I love how that looks. So Seth, come closer to your mic and just say you were
Yes.
working on that concept. So Cynthia saw it. You can be Cynthia's partner for this since you sort of
Okay.
were a little bit. And you
Peripheral.
said, yeah,
Yeah, I wish you would show his palette because I looked at his palette and was totally transformed. I thought, oh man,
you loved
this is
it.
what we need.
I don't know if I have his palette. His palette is in that piece we showed in the beginning
Down,
there. Oh wait, is that you or
sort
is
of,
that?
well, that's the beginning of
No,
it.
that is the beginning
That's just
of
the
it.
beginning of it. I mean, that was like the first 2 minutes of it.
Mm-hmm.
It grew and grew and grew.
Well, that's what's fun about those kind of things. And here's something else that grew, but we won't talk about that. That's
I never saw that.
things have to come out of other things. It's just the way it
You know,
is.
I've been playing with translucent for a long, long time. It's work that I hadn't matured yet. It actually has since then, but it was work that I've been playing with. But when I got there and I knew that the water and this was, sea glass kind of came to me, and I
Right.
started working on it. And then what was interesting was that I had no interest in just filling them with pieces of sea glass. I wanted to do more than this. When Cynthia came over and said, "Do you want them?" Like, can I use this? I'm like, "Yeah, please." I want to do something with it, but yeah.
But that's
So
always fun. It's always
it's
fun
out
to get
there.
someone else is working on something like, please
Well,
let me play with that. I want to try that.
absolutely,
Yeah.
and the cross pollination that happens when that happens and where people go with it, because what comes out of Cynthia and Lindley is very different than what I'm going to do. It's all processed through each of us differently. So
It is.
you have to take it and process it. I was pretty amazed at how quickly they were able to come up, and I think finding, I guess, Cynthia, was that how we found the Pardo clay? And
Yes, I saw some.
Wait a minute,
yes, we
Cynthia.
had given
Cynthia.
Pardo
Wait.
clay and-
Cynthia, unplug your mic. It's doing that weird thing and plug it back in.
we had some. We were lucky because the Judy and Tammy were so skillful in getting the companies to just send boxes and boxes of stuff.
Oh, nice.
So I think there's a picture of us just kind of going crazy in this supply room.
Nice.
Where we had Pardo clay, and we had every kind of clay you could imagine, everything, or polymer, I should say, not clay.
Oh, there you are with a nice big tray of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that
But
was
it got more and more. It got lighter and lighter. Yeah.
yeah. It just was like I just kind of had to
You
dilute it
played.
down.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
played. You
absolutely.
played.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be.
Um,
All right.
and and so I guess the Pardo, I was like, oh, let's try this. And then Cynthia, I guess the oven was too hot, and or not too hot actually. The oven was perfect because we ended up finding out that Pardo clay, when heated to, I don't remember what the exact temperature was, but it got almost clear. I mean, almost like glass. It was pretty amazing. And we're like sitting in, and we'd literally watch it. It'd be like kind of milky, and then as it cooled, you just watched it turn clear.
It's
It's
magic.
pretty.
I've watched
Yeah, it is. It is.
anyone who's listening who wants to learn it. There's a class on craftcast.com, and it's all rocks and sea glass, and it's one of my favorite things. I just think I don't know why. I like the rocks and the sea glass. I'm like you, Cynthia. I think
Yeah.
it's
May I chime in with something?
yes, darling.
I remember very distinctly when these pieces were in parts on their table, and I went over thinking that, and I started picking things up, thinking that they had gone down to the beach and found beach glass.
See,
It's virtually impossible to tell when you look at them that it is not beach glass.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the surface, the shine, the
yeah,
variegations and everything, and the translucency, it just absolutely looks like rocks and sea glass. It's
yeah.
astonishing.
It's really cool. But wait, let me take a quick question here. What I can't get into too much technical tonight, guys, but there's stuff out there you can learn. Oh, Jill wanted to know, did you drill all of your holes before or after, Cynthia?
Usually I do it after, but I think if I recall, we did it as we went so that we wouldn't have to
Go back.
go back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. And you guys, you can just type in for what did you use for coloring your Pardo translucent?
Well, actually, for this, we just used the smallest smidge of clay because I don't know that we had inks or thought about inks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we
Okay.
had any.
So, but it just takes the littlest bit of clay, of
Color.
opaque clay.
Yeah, I think what we
Come
were
closer
using,
to your mic, Seth.
we were using Fimo and Primo as coloring agents.
Yes.
Just like a thumbnail. I mean, you would take your nail and you just fleck off a little tiny piece, and then you'd blend that into a big block of translucent, and it would just give it that color. And when it got clear, you could really see the color come up. So when you do it, it looks kind of milky, almost white. But when you bake it and it gets this clarity, the color just starts to pop.
No, it's pretty cool, and it happens pretty fast. I've watched it,
Yeah.
Cynthia,
Yeah.
and it looks fabulous. Now, Cynthia, do you have the place? People are just asking where to get the Pardo translucent. Are we still just Googling Pardo translucent to find who has
Yeah,
it in
you
stock?
can. I know that Ellen and Sue at what's it called? Oh shoot.
Which one?
Creative
Palmer Clay
Journey.
Express? Which one?
No.
Creative
Creative
Journey.
Journey.
Right. Creative Journey in Beaufort, Georgia.
Okay.
That they just had their ship came in with a whole shipload of
There you go.
Pardo translucent.
There
But I
you
think
go.
you can get it other places as well. They have a pretty good price on it, so I would
Okay.
recommend them.
Very cool. So you had a good time.
Oh, I had a marvelous time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, how could you?
Well, and some of these pictures are I took a lot of snapshots of like Sandra's boots and what somebody's wearing and
Right.
I'm
Well,
looking
here's-
for gossip.
I love this. Here's Leslie's interpretation of Cynthia. Love that. Adorable. Here's Cynthia working away. She's covered in it and working on it. And you're all inspiring right there. Love this. Of course, you had to be on the computer as well. Can't give that up totally.
Not just one.
Not just one. Is there more than one computer? Oh, yeah, not just one, but two. I understand that. I totally understand that. Well, I'm going to start going through some snapshots because these are just so cute. But let me just see if there's any other questions. You guys go ahead and ask some more of your questions if I've missed them. Here's a quick question. Maura, hello. What advantages does Pardo have over, say, Fimo? Was the Pardo what gave the translucency? Better translucency than the Primo translucent?
Pardo has a blue cast to it, whereas the others seem to have a yellow cast.
Okay.
And the blue looked more sea glassy to me.
And I think also it's the clarity on it. When
Yes.
It's baked. It surpasses anything else I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But it was just because it was on hand that we tried it, really.
Right.
which
Yeah.
is fun. Lorene wants to know how large a block of parta can you get? Is it one of those that you get in those
It's a
big?
2-ounce block.
It's a 2 ounce. Okay, so there
Yeah.
you go, guys. Let's see. Pardo. Oh, Pardo has wax in it also. Well, there you go.
Yeah, it does.
People know what's going on there. Um, let's see. Sandra, you're getting an echo with my. That's weird. I don't know why that started happening to you, Sandra.
I haven't changed anything. I hope. Maybe I'm the only one. I don't know, but just letting you know.
Thank you very
Plug
much.
it in.
That was very nice how you just wrote
Hey,
that to
during
me.
this technical break, can I just say that people who have already bought the book, if they wanted to write and send in a really great review, that would be most welcome.
That's very. Who said that? Is that you,
Sarah.
Tammy?
Sarah.
That was me.
Oh, Sarah, great idea. And you guys, again, go over to anyone else as we're finishing up here. Go over to Tammy's website, Tamara Hahnemann, and you're going to be getting a follow-up email from me with all these links at the end of the day tomorrow. But you can buy the book right through there through Amazon. It's a great way to go buy it. Makes it easy for you. Well, I do want to still, for fun, that was a serious part of collaborating, but you have so many great pictures here. We have to show your head chef. Anyone who has questions while we're going through here.
Don't forget Julie and
Judy and Julie.
Wendy and Judy.
Wendy and Wendy. Okay, I don't think Wendy is not on.
No, but Julie.
But Julie's here
And Julie
Julie
is.
and Judy.
Judy too.
Judy, who was Judy's partner?
She's probably had too much.
Wendy and
Julie
Julie.
and Wendy.
Trio.
Oh, it was the trio. All right, well, let's unmute. I don't know if it's safe to unmute her. Should we try?
No, I was just
We
saying, I
should
just talked
unmute
to her on my other line.
Loud if we don't unmute her.
All right, so let me unmute her so she can give us her experience. Okay, we unmuted
Okay,
her.
she's been drinking.
Ooh!
No, I'm
no.
All right, let's all be very quiet
sorry,
and listen
fell
to what she
asleep
has to
there
say.
for a while.
Oh, come on. All right, tell us your experience, darling.
Is Julie back on?
Yes.
Because I secretly called her while I was muted, and we were laughing about everybody else.
Oh, you guys are too much.
We are. We are.
Well,
No, we had a fabulous time. The biggest problem was I was downstairs with Rich shooting pictures and going out to get toilet paper and more food. And so I kept teasing him, okay, I'm doing drive-by art. So I would throw some little striped ball at them and they would stick it on somewhere fabulous. Oh my God, there's Jim and his jammies.
I'm going through here. Your wonderful
Is
cook.
that not the best picture ever?
That sort of says
Don't
it
you
all.
love that
Picture of
picture?
Sarah and her jammies.
I love this of Sarah. Here's my favorite. There's Sarah hard at work here, but I like this. She's discovered a drill. I'm sure this, Robert, I'm thinking this must be she's realized how fabulous it is.
No, I don't think so.
No,
And-
it's mine.
That's
It is-
her. Yeah, that's Cynthia's
Yeah.
extruder gun.
Oh, it's your extruder gun. And I love this. Just blow that baby down. So love that.
Cool it off.
Cool it off.
Yeah, to
Cool it
hell
off.
with this whole discussion of gun control. I'm all.
There you go.
Extruder control.
Extruder control. All right, someone explain to me. I know, and I'm going to have to, I promise I'll get to some of the
Leslie's
questions.
Oh, they were
God.
spectacular.
Oh, Leslie's
the
muffins.
Southern
biscuits.
biscuit.
Those biscuits.
And that was just my plate.
Exactly. You guys, I will show as much work as possible. It's really, you're going to see it in the book. So I'm sort of giving you a sneak peek here, but I will show more
Those were
work.
little boats.
This is back to Robert's
Those were
work.
the boats before they were filled.
Obviously, there was good times were had by all.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Robert brought a goodie bag full of toys.
Of
that were
course.
very festive.
All right, while I'm showing these fun pictures, I'm going to ask some real questions. Everyone shout out your favorite, or don't shout, never mind. Speak softly. Your favorite kind of polymer clay. People want to know what it is you guys use. I knew if it's color or type or style, what you like to work with. Let's put it that way.
I use old Fimo Classic. I use old illegal Fimo Classic. I like the texture and the colors best.
Sarah, come closer to your mic. I'm hearing what you're saying. So you use all what? Say that again.
I use exclusively Fimo Classic and whenever possibly the old poisonous plasticizer version.
Oh dear. Okay.
And this is Sandra, ditto.
Yes. Ditto. That's what you like to
I
Ditto.
use.
use old stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else wants to volunteer? What do you like to use? Seth, what do you
I
like to use?
use everything. I love Fimo Classic when I can get it because I haven't been in the game as long, so I have some of it, but there are people who have years of it stored away. So if there's anyone out there who's looking to get rid of Fimo Classic and they don't want to give it to Sarah or Sandra, send it to me. I'll pay you for it. I use Primo, Fimo, Pardo a little bit. I loved the old Cernit. I used to love that for the finish that it gave you, but they changed it and you can't get it anymore. So I don't. But I'll use whatever.
You do.
Yeah, mostly Fimo and Primo, and some Kato. I use some Kato. I've gotten using more of it again. When we were at the Outer Banks, I had a chance to work with it and started really finding some great uses for it and liked it. So.
Yes, I hear it. Someone's being arrested. Probably Judy's being arrested in the background, is what I'm guessing at this
Oh,
point.
for God's sake. I mean, you're only showing pictures of wine bottles, and then you're talking about that. That's ridiculous.
Here. Now, this is Dale and Robert. What's the story here? This is going to be a good one, Robert. Fill us in.
Oh God, I forgot all about this. I think Dale would go for a walk on the beach virtually every morning.
Mhm.
And she just started, and every morning I'm not a morning person.
Mm-hmm.
So every morning I would find these little gifts on my table. So I just started horsing around with them. So that was the bottle cap. The centerpiece is a bottle cap that she found. That green piece going across is a piece of plastic that probably washed up on the beach. I have virtually no idea what that bottom piece is. I think it's something that she fabricated.
Mm-hmm.
The background is some copper that I made, and that in that set piece is the green inside the circle up top. There is some polymer that she made, and then that's an old washer that I found on a walk that I took. I just dapped it. I made it into a dome, and then we just kind of assembled the whole thing, and it's all bolted together.
I love
Well,
it.
the piece on the bottom is a piece by Sarah and Dale from their.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I think maybe Dale made that,
Dale's piece.
but it was from our collaborative whatever.
Efforts. Beautiful.
So this is truly a collaborative piece from, all over, from the environment as well as the participants.
Lovely. Someone asked Robert, were you influenced enough to start adding more polymer to your work?
I am, in fact. I'm doing a lot more polymer. I came back with, again, all of the polymer that Judy and Tam were able to get. I brought back a bunch and started playing, and I've been doing a lot more polymer, in fact, especially with cold connections. So I like to do it with a lot of settings. As a matter of fact, I'm doing a thing coming up this spring about polymer clay and cold connections.
All fabulous.
So I'm using a lot more.
This is great. Here's Leslie's. I love this. Here's everyone, and then here's everyone in clay.
Leslie, tell the story.
Yay, Leslie.
Leslie, you're a genius.
Leslie, tell the story about these.
The story, like about everybody.
No, you got to
No, just tell them
edit
what
it down.
you did.
Tell you what you did here.
I just wanted to make something. Everyone that was there were all people that I admired so much, and the ones I didn't know that I got to know when I was there were like Rich and Jim, and I just made theirs while I was there. But just knowing a little bit about everybody, like Cynthia, she's like a little superhero woman. Just that's kind of how I see her.
I, of
Judy,
course, am a mime.
Okay, Judy's is sarcastic because hers is a mime, and so it's just kind of sarcastically because she talks a lot, and love her. Thank goodness she does. Robert works in metal, and I had this little sword that he had made. It was a little piece of metal that I took a class at Airmont with him, so I just made him like a little sword swallower, daredevil or something, and it's just all the way I kind of see people, but I mean it in the best way.
It's so adorable. Wait, who's this on up here?
Tammy being kitten with a whip, I think that's totally.
I love it.
She had to keep us all
That's
in
who
line.
it is. Oh, the kid with whip. That's adorable. Wait, who's floating on the cushion?
Oh,
Lindley.
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 Fabulous.
Oh yeah.
Because she sees everybody's future.
Got it.
Yeah.
So cute. I know that, Seth. So cute. So cute. Very talented, darling. All right, wait, we have some more things to show here. Well, there we go. There we go. Exhaustion.
You know,
Jeff Dever,
I was
everybody.
just about to say. I was just about to say what an important role Jeff played in the week.
And there you
True.
go.
So much about him tonight.
Gotta do some of that as well. Here is, we looked at this before, Miss Belcher's piece. This must be what you did beforehand, right, Judy?
Yeah, that's the project from the book.
Love
Yeah,
it.
go back up to Jeff sleeping.
Go
No.
back up to Judy with the mustache.
Yeah.
Am I
All right, there we go. Dun, 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 dun.
No, I can.
Oh, yeah. No, Jeff, we asked Jeff to come for the week because we wanted somebody to kind of moderate dinner time conversations.
Perfect.
Because we knew we were all like big talkers, and so we thought it'd be interesting to have someone kind of lead us in some conversation. And his
Sure.
lovely wife Kay recorded it all, and so a lot of that's in the book too. Because I've always been fascinated by what happens around the dinner table. Like you go to a class, but I always like dinner afterwards because that's when
Absolutely.
you find out the good stuff.
I agree with you.
So that's kind of what he was there helping us do. So it was really good, and he didn't sleep the whole time.
And whose piece is this? Is this a collaboration or a
That is Julie Picarello, myself, and Wendy Malinow.
That's
So that's what we
fabulous.
did. We didn't want to do jewelry. We wanted to do some big honkin' wall piece that moved and spun, and we called it an adult busy box.
I love it. I thought I had another shot of that of you guys trying to shoot it. That is so
Julie,
fabulous.
didn't you
Here she
just
is
have
right
such
here.
a good time?
You know, it was so much fun. There was no fear, no being nervous. It was like playing with toys the whole time. So it was fabulous. And we
Yeah, the only time you were afraid was when Wendy was doing the meat.
Oh, wait.
hated-
That's so. Here's the
I-
meat.
They would stick pins in the eyes and leave them on my workstation in the morning. I had nightmares. I admit, I had nightmares the whole time.
But it looks fabulous at the end. It does. It looks, I love that, an adult busy box. That's a great way to look at that.
I have a meat necklace up on my wall.
Oh, sure.
I
Everyone
was
should have.
sitting at the same table with Julie and Wendy.
So gross.
Yeah, well, there you go. And here is Wendy's bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's her project in the book, so it takes you step by step how to make that. It's so amazing to me that Wendy makes such creepy and gross things, but she's just like gorgeous and stylish and
I love it.
sophisticated.
I love it.
I think
I love
does
it.
she wear heels every day in the house?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was sick.
I love it.
Sick.
I love it. Well, you guys came out with some great stuff, and you're all still talking to each other and enjoying each other's company. So there you go. How
Completely.
fabulous is
Planning a
that?
reunion. We're trying to,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yes.
planning a reunion.
Yes, we need
Yes.
that
Yes,
reunion.
we need a reunion. We do.
Yes.
Let me just see if there are any other
Book
questions I
2.
missed. Any book 2. Yeah, everyone loves the work. I know it. I don't have any more pictures of that owl being made, but there might be more in the book, just saying. There you go. Anyone else have any other questions here as we're finishing up? How did you manage to create all this work in 1 week? That is the question. Let's go with that. How did you guys?
No
Did you
sleep.
no sleep?
No,
Okay,
it's amazing what you can do when you don't have to cook
right.
and you have no
Okay.
one interrupting you and you're all on the same wavelength.
Right.
And you saw Leslie's little caricature of Tammy holding the whip.
Oh, so there you go. So there you go. You need someone to hold a whip, and you need someone else to cook, and then you're all set. I love that there. Kitten with the whip. Well, it keeps
and
you
Tammy's
focused.
husband, Rich, Tammy's husband, Rich, was very efficient. We set up the garage as the photography studio, and
Oh,
he
great.
kept people right in line. Okay, it's your turn to come down and photograph, and so it was great having a professional photographer right there,
Yeah,
working on
Well-
everybody's schedule, and
Plus
perfect.
super nice, very relaxed and super nice.
And seriously,
Yeah.
Judy is the queen of organizing, and she
Oh, here.
she thought of
Yeah.
every single detail. So we really got there. We knew exactly what we needed to do and what the time frame we needed to do it in, and everything was available to accommodate that for us.
And there you
And
go.
it was easy speasy, really.
And you all
we
had
had some
fun.
downtime.
And we
We
had someone
yes,
cooking our meals and
Yeah, we had
Oh
a
my
great
gosh,
cleaning
yeah.
cook.
up. We didn't
Yeah,
have
we
to.
didn't just have someone cooking our meals, Seth. Be real.
Yeah, no, right.
No,
Yeah,
no.
we
We
had a
heard that the
chef.
food
we
was
had
amazing. Yes, that's
no
always
afternoons,
I'm just saying we had
little
time to do work.
treats.
yes, all important.
Yeah.
So, well,
Mm,
let me just show. Here was the house it all took place. How lovely is that?
yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
And
it is
here
Oh,
is
beautiful.
here is the group
And it
once
really did
again.
rain. It really did rain every day,
That was perfect. It keeps
except
you
for
Except the
focused
last
inside.
day.
yeah, except for the
And then
last day.
when we saw a pod of
Oh yeah, the
dolphins.
Oh,
Remember
dolphins.
that?
Yeah,
huge
We were,
pot of
Yeah.
oh, that was
a
dolphins.
huge
so
pot of
amazing.
dolphins. Yeah.
Saw us,
Ah,
yeah,
Well,
Hundreds and hundreds of dolphins.
we'll leave
yeah, it was.
everyone with a beautiful view of the ocean. We all should have that, a peaceful view like that.
mm.
I'm going to remind everyone, you guys get the book. I'm just saying you'll love it. And it's just sort of it. So there you go. Go over to, you can go anywhere, but here's just a link that's set up for you at Tamara Hahnemann's site. And you can just click right here, Polymer Clay Masterclass. Will go right to Amazon.com. And then make sure you come over to craftcast.com. You got a coupon code that I give you through the weekend. So you can get 20% off. So many classes in there on Polymer you'll love. So many talented people. It's freaking crazy. Plus, here is the special also to take advantage of. Anything you forgot tonight, you will be getting a newsletter tomorrow to follow up with any things that links and all that kind of stuff, because I know we try to squish in a lot tonight. I am so thrilled, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. This was a
Thank
blast.
you, Allison.
It's
Well,
always
Thank you,
thank you
Allison.
so much.
Thank
It
you,
was really
everybody out
nice.
there. That was great.
Thank you for everybody
It
for
was
coming.
wonderful to see your names on the list.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed it is.
And I look forward to seeing so many of you come back. There's a whole new set of classes, Craftcast classes, that'll start in March. Lots of new categories and things. I'm so excited. I'm just going to tell you this one little thing. I'm so excited because I have this young man, so talented, is going to teach how to make sugar flowers. I mean, you could do it out of polymer, you could do it out of whatever, but we're going to do it with sugar, and they're outrageous. So fun things coming up at the Craftcast site. So make sure and come back and check out all of that. So I want to give a big
Hey,
thank you.
wait a minute, Allison.
Yes.
It's Judy. Of course, I can't leave without just saying a couple more things.
Go, Judy.
So we have a blog,
Ah,
Polymer Masterclass. It shows a lot more behind the scenes stuff.
thank you.
And Seth did an amazing little present for everybody.
That's right. Everyone's going to get that. They'll get that in their present. They'll see. Here, you guys, here is the Polymer Masterclass blog, so you can check out and follow up on things. That's a great resource to have. All of you that have been asking some questions that maybe didn't get answered tonight, go check out everything over there. And you're all going to get a little gifty that Seth put together. You'll see. You'll get it tomorrow. Little remembrance from the evening. So, anything else, Miss Judy? Did I cover
No,
everything?
that's it. Thanks,
We're good.
everybody.
Toast to everyone. Pour another glass of wine, I say.
Cheers.
Someone
Cheers.
right
Much.
now to
Cheers.
do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thank you,
Stay well.
guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Cheers now.
everyone.
Thank you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye bye.
Night.
Good night.
Bye.